In Spy X Family Episode 10, Damian's arrogance is peeled back to reveal that he's a lot lonelier than he appears. When Anya first approached Damian in Spy X Family, it was for the sole purpose of helping Lloyd with Operation Strix. The fate of the world hinged on the two 6-year-olds becoming friends. However, the friendship scheme doesn't go as planned when Anya punches Damian in retaliation for being mean to her. For all intents and purposes, Damian is a bully through and through, but his spitefulness didn't come out of nowhere. Even though it does not excuse his behavior, it does shed light on why he is the way he is. Damian is never seen without his friends for a reason. His parents, literally and metaphorically, are just not in the picture. While Donovan Desmond has yet to appear in Spy X Family, much can be gleaned from watching how Damian feels about his father. He's simultaneously scared of and yearns for the man to pay attention to him. And when it's juxtaposed against Anya's family dynamic, Damian looks so much sadder in comparison. Damian has long lived in the shadow of his brilliant, unseen brother. He's featured in the school's photo album for all his accomplishments as an imperial scholar, whereas Damian is coming into Eden with an enormous amount of pressure on his shoulders. And it's not just the pressure of trying to measure up to his brother, it's also the pressure that he feels from his father. If Damian wants to get his father's approval and love, he has to be just as good, if not better, than his older brother. Donovan Desmond doesn't want to spend any time on his son unless the boy proves he's worth the time. When they were taking a school photo in episode 6, many Spy X Family fans were distracted by how utterly devastated the whole Forger family looked after what Anya had done to Damian. He doesn't show up for the photo at all in the manga, presumably because he's still resting up in the school's hospital, but he's there in the anime, standing a little ways away in the corner. Every other new student is standing with their parents, but Damian is the only one who isn't. Neither of his parents thought he was important enough to make time in their day to come to Eden Academy with him. It might be because Damian is a boarding student and Anya isn't, but the contrast in how the two train for the upcoming dodgeball game speaks volumes about their situations. Anya has a support system in Yor and Lloyd. Yor was excited and dedicated in helping Anya, such as doing strength training and yoga to help her visualize the game. She even helped develop Anya's ultimate move, Star Catch Arrow. Even Bill Watkins, the 6-year-old star athlete who looks like he shouldn't be in the first grade at all, had his father's encouragement when he was training for the dodgeball game. On the other hand, Damian doesn't have anyone else other than his friends Emil and Ewan. His training consisted of using his imagination to come up with the most harrowing situations for him to face, such as climbing a treacherous cliff or being transported all th. Even though it's played off as a parody of the cliché of a friend's sacrifice, there's no denying Emil's sincerity when he comes in between Bill's ball and Damian. Emil admits he can't remember any of the great things about Damian, but his act demonstrates the unconditional loyalty that he has for his friend, unlike the conditional love Damian feels from his own father. As the second son of the chairman of the National Unity Party, Damian undoubtedly has a huge ego, but his self-esteem is extremely fragile and relies heavily on how his father sees him. Both Anya and Damian are trying to earn stellar stars for their fathers, but their motives are different. Lloyd's love isn't dependent on Anya's failure or success. No matter what happens, he'll still love her. But for Damian, the stellar stars represent a fleeting moment in which his father will finally see him as his son.